Hey friends, Michael Butler here. Welcome back to epicstories.tv, the epic stories you won't hear anywhere else. And my guest today, I'm so excited about this guest, Orly Amor. Welcome to the show. You've got an epic story, and where are you officing from today?
Right now, I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
Now, what is so epic about your story? I ran into you in a business conference. You train speakers on how to make $150,000 a year. You're a female business coach. You have a brand new book that's coming out that we'll get into. Public speakers, you're not all that. And what is so epic about your story, Orly? Because people are talking about you everywhere.
Well, my story is started a long time ago where I was asked to speak somewhere and I did not want to be a public speaker. I was speaking already on my topic, which was property management, for so many years that I never thought about telling my own personal story. So I'll give it to you in 18 seconds because I know we need to move forward. But I was a beaten up child. I was molested 4 times before the age of 14. I was raped 3 times before the age of 22, twice gang raped, 9 months apart, left for dead. I was married to a very abusive husband, both mentally and physically. And as a result of all that, I had 4 abortions and I gained a morbid amount of weight. I was 428 pounds at my heaviest. And that was the story I never wanted to share. So I was basically in hiding for so many years that I did not want to tell that story. So finally,
that is a lot of pain that you buried. How do you finally come to terms with that and not be a victim and realize it wasn't your fault?
I came to I got to my own healing of following people like Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, and all these guys around the world. And I realized that I just needed to heal from that and forgive myself, forgive the others. It doesn't really matter. They don't exist anymore. Basically, they cannot hold me down anymore, and not giving them the power to control my emotions, myself, my limiting beliefs. And I had to let go and learn how to let go. It was not easy. And then I realized that I have something in me that I can give back, because I was asked to speak at a women's shelter. And that's where I met a woman that wanted to end her life. And after hearing me speak, she wanted to live and wanted me to show her how. So it was like the pivoting point where I said, you know what, I need to share my story because people need to hear it. And then I got trained to be a certified behavior analyst and started going around companies teaching salespeople how to close the deal 98% of the time through profiling. So I didn't teach sales 101, just how to read people. Body language, ego states, personality types. And I became really good at the corporate level. I've been to 26 countries, 18 states speaking. And then, boom, I realized that some speakers don't even get paid.
You were speaking at a conference and you're having shop talk with the other speakers, and you mentioned the fact that you got paid and your expenses, and they're so surprised and shocked. They're actually a little angry, right?
Yeah, and I was kind of rubbing it in their face, but I didn't mean to. And they said, well, we want to know how you did it. And I said, well, if I tell you, I'm going to have to charge you. But I was kidding. And just before saying, just kidding, they said, okay, just name your price. And I'm like, what?
Boom, your business was born.
Exactly.
Now, how many years ago was that, and how many lives have you been able to change?
9 years ago. We are now at 57.3 million. I think that I need another count, which is today, actually. I'm really excited about the new number because it's since September, it was 57.3 million. So today will be more.
These are payments your speakers have received from speaking on stage.
Right. That's the people they touch on a daily basis, whether it's social media or they speaking in front of. And that's only the people that have reported, because there's some people don't report or don't tell me. So I can't really guess. And then it's the triple effect. So I know who they touch. I know who I touch. But what about the people that we touch that touch others? So we can't even calculate that. We probably are more than we're more than 200 million, but I want to be
think you love what you do. I think you really don't have any problems jumping out of bed in the morning, do you?
I love what I do, and thank God for that. Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I met you at a business conference in Dallas through Jill Lublin, actually at CEO Space. And she said, you've got to connect with Orly. And you're so busy. You're traveling all over. You're doing cruises for people where you changing lives. Give us couple more stories, a snapshot of some of your wow moments and some lives you've been able to change. Then
It's
I want to
really,
jump into the book after that because I'm so excited about this book here. People can see a screenshot. You've already gone #1 on Amazon. We're publishing your hardcover. You're coming on the Marketer's Cruise. And you know what? It's just a great book. Every aspiring speaker, anybody that's ever spoken for free at a Rotary Club that wants to get paid to speak needs to buy your book.
I agree. Why wouldn't I? Oh gosh. You know, I think that the most gratifying thing for a coach or even a mentor is to see a result of some sort where people were skeptical and then they come to you and they say, oh my God, guess what? I just got my first gig for $5,000 and they're paying my expenses. And oh my God, there's one more on the table that I'm going to just finalize the title of the speech and that's it. I'm going to seal the deal for another 5K. And they're like, oh my God, this is really, it's working. And I know how people are skeptical about the process that I teach. And then when they get it, it's awesome. So I get these text messages while I'm at a conference and I react to them and it's like the wrong timing.
I think you got one of those texts when we were having our breakfast meeting together in Dallas. So here's the question I've got, because we're going to do a longer interview. We'll do a part 2 on the cruise in the Caribbean.
Okay.
And what advice would you say for somebody that's really struggled their entire life? Maybe they have a fear of public speaking, a fear of the stage, and they've either been downsized or gotten laid off. And, you know, it seems like women have a better time communicating from the heart. A lot of guys really take that personally, compartmentalize that. How would a guy or a woman overcome that hit to the ego? And maybe they've been put down because they stuttered or they just did a bad presentation. How would you help somebody like that?
Well, I would definitely first start by saying, you know, public speaking is an art form. So it's just a learned skill. We learn to ride our bike. We learn to tie our shoes. It's almost the same thing. And with practice, it just gets easier and better. You never get rid of the butterflies and you never get rid of the nervousness. So learn to embrace it. The other thing you said is, how do I get to go above the hit to my ego? Women and men, we get it the same way. Maybe stronger for men because women are just talkative. But at the end of the day, there is a purpose for everything that happens to us. Whether we called it into existence or not, it doesn't really matter. The point here is, what is the bigger purpose for me in my life? And usually it's to share that same story that hit me hard and turn it into a positive by inspiring other people, by helping others overcome those things. So once we start convincing ourselves that it's not about us, then things just start to shuffle and come into our existence. And
well, I like what you said. It is a learned process. I remember my dad teaching me how to ride a bike, and that brings back good memories. You know, I fell a few times. I had some scrapes and bumps, but I knew I was going to get it. And sure enough, I did. Hey, Orly, how do people find you and follow you? Because I know you've kind of whet their appetite. They're going to want more. How do people get a hold of you?
so the best way is to go to my website, orlyamor.com, very simple, ORLYAMOR.com. You can actually text me directly, 917-515-6803. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So there's many ways to contact me.
You're blowing it up everywhere, and that's a great name and easy to remember. Is that your real name? How'd you come up with that
I
name?
get that all the time. Yes, it is my real birth name. Yes.
Well, that's epic. This is Epic Stories, the stories you won't hear anywhere else. And that is so powerful. I know we're going to circle back, and wow, didn't know any of that stuff about how all that stuff you've overcome, all the bad that's happened to you, and how you've turned it around and changed so many lives. So I know you can inspire a lot of women and a lot of men as well. But I know women typically read more books than men, but hey, there's a lot of guys out there waiting to find their voice and get on stage in this coming year. So Orly, thank you for your valuable time. And thanks
you, Michael.
on the show.
Thank you so much.
EpicStories.tv, the stories you won't hear anywhere else.